about a game. It's a rich thing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we have a very special guest, very close friend. We go way back. You will hear about that in a sec. But yes, we have Patrick SEAGRIST here from the New York Red Bulls. Patrick and I used to play together back at Soccer's FC back in our childhood days, and then Patrick went off to Marquette. Did really well there, complete stud, and now he is at Red Bulls. And you'll hear about that in a sec. But yeah, so welcome to the podcast. I thought I'd do something a little different today. Usually I interview student athletes and ask them about their experiences outside of the classroom in sports, but I thought it'd be cool to bring some really cool people on here, and we have Patrick SEAGRIST with us today. So Patrick, hello, welcome.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.
Good to catch up finally. How are you?
I know it's been a long time. But yeah, it's good to see your face again. And
See you.
yeah. I really wanted to ask, like, what's your journey been like since we left Soccer's? Because you graduated a year after, or a year before me, and you kind of went off. So tell us about that.
I'd say the journey's definitely been long. You got to stay focused, not only mentally, but physically as well, and just have that high demand. I'd say this is something I've always wanted to do. Ever since I was a young kid at Soccer's, around the age of 8 or 9, I knew I wanted to play professionally and knew I had to stay focused throughout the course and do well at school as well as in the academy. And the academy at Soccer's helped me prepare for that. And then also taking the next step at Marquette, playing at a D1 collegiate level, and following what Marquette demands out of those players is definitely the next step in becoming a pro. And then was drafted in January, and then the journey's been great ever since.
Yeah. Tell us about your debut.
Yeah, I'd say my debut was definitely it was a day to remember for sure. I mean, I've never played in front of that many people before, and it was opening day, and I was a rookie, and I was well prepared through playing preseason games with the team and having that sort of connection with those players. And when the coaches believed in me, the players believed in me, I knew I was ready. And then walking out of that tunnel was definitely a surreal feeling. It was crazy. After all these years, your hard work has paid off, and it's only the beginning as a professional soccer player.
Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, yeah, about MLS. What is the MLS like compared to like college, and like what do you think of the league overall?
Yeah, I think the league is growing in all sorts of aspects, and it's getting better each and every year. As you can see, all these big-time players coming over from Europe to play, and teams just having a higher demand in each game, and the fan base is getting a lot bigger. But I'd say for me, on a personal level, the demand physically is definitely a big take. Everybody's better. Everybody plays at a quicker rate. You got to follow certain tactics. And I'd say a mental side as well. You could be at the highest of highs and then the next day lowest of lows. And just being able to find that balance, stay focused, stay positive throughout all of it is a huge takeaway.
Quarantine and COVID, like what was that like? Because you had started with Red Bulls before COVID happened, and then there was a whole thing, and now you're kind of like back to playing some games. Describe to us like what kind of happened through that.
Yeah, so I started my first 2 games. I played full 90 versus Cincinnati, and then Real Salt Lake. We won and then had a draw away in Utah. And then during the week we were preparing for Minnesota, and unfortunately COVID happened, and then me and a few guys were just training because we didn't know when we were going to get back or anything.
Yeah.
So we were just training, staying fit for 3 weeks, and it turned out that it was going to be a lot longer. So then I went home for about a month and a half, and then throughout then we were doing a bunch of Zoom workouts as a team, going over video as a team, just staying focused mentally, making sure we haven't forgotten the certain things that we've learned about, and then also staying fit, whether it was going on runs and then sending those runs in and just being fit for that. And then now that we're back for COVID, we spent a month in Orlando for the MLS is Back tournament, and that was it was a different experience. I mean, every single MLS team was stuck in a hotel, and and everybody had their own rooms and everything. So it was definitely a weird experience.
Was it
and
kind of
then,
like a soccer showcase?
yeah,
When you go down to Florida? Yeah.
exactly.
I know a lot of people are curious about this, but like what kind of happens in your day? If you could describe like a day in the life of a pro.
Yeah, day in the life, I'll wake up around 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'll have a cup of coffee. I'll go to training, eat breakfast there. Then I'll roll out, stretch, get treatment, and then we'll go into video. And then training happens, and then after training, sometimes we'll have a lift, sometimes we won't. And then after that, I come home, I relax. I'll either watch TV or sometimes I'll go golfing or go to the range in my free time.
Yeah.
If I'm not too tired. And then, I have dinner and then I go to bed pretty early.
Kind of a weird question, but is there anything you dislike about the pro life or, being at Red Bulls?
There's nothing that I dislike, honestly. I mean, the staff is excellent. The players around me always push me to get better. I can't really think of anything that I don't like. I mean, obviously, the given situation of being in COVID and not being able to hang out with people on a normal basis as if we weren't in quarantine and in a pandemic I'm sure we would have more camaraderie within the team. But other than that, I love the guys, I love the staff, and I believe that during the pandemic, we've been making the most of every given situation that is thrown at us.
What are your goals from now on, and what advice would you give to players or to college players who are looking to play pro?
I would say my goals going forward would definitely be just to continue growing and continue learning from previous professionals and other players in my position within the club, and learn what they do, how they deal with certain given situations, whether it's in-game situations or a mental aspect and things like that. Just continuing to learn, continuing to get better. And my one advice for younger players, I wish I had paid more attention to this when I was younger, is don't read into everything the media tells you. Like, for example, Top Drawer Soccer, like they have all these rankings of these kids, like who's going to be the next big star and stuff like that. And like, if you are already looking at that, you're already out mentally. Because I mean, I was never in one of those like top 100 groups, and was never like in the youth national team. So I'd say for younger guys, don't pay attention to that and just stay focused. And if you believe in yourself, believe in yourself, have the right work ethic, continue learning from other people and putting in the work, good things will come out of it. And I'd say, going back to the whole ranking system, I mean, I was never in the youth national team when I was younger. I've been to a camp, but never was on a full team, was never in the college top 100, wasn't academy top 100, and I got drafted top 10. So I'm sure people weren't expecting that, and I just stuck with what I believed in and what I wanted to do and had the right focus, right mentality. So, yeah, I think that's the most important thing for young players is not to buy into all that.
I remember something we learned at soccer is not to website watch, and like that's like a perfect example, like how you were never like up there in the rankings on top drawer, but like look at you now and living the life at Red Bulls, and
exactly.
hard work can take you anywhere.
And
like,
soccer's is a great program to have that work ethic, starting from the bottom. You're not on a MLS caliber team, but soccer's is one of the most well-known programs for growing young players and things like that. So
yeah, awesome. Well, Patrick, thank you so much. I don't want to take any more of your time, but thank you so much for coming on the podcast, and I wish you the best. It's good to catch up with you again. And,
of course,
good
catching up with you too, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, hopefully once the games start letting fans in, hopefully I can come watch you and experience.
We'll definitely work something out. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem. We'll see you later.
All right. See you soon.
Peace.